Good afternoon, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. If you can hear my voice, please open your video camera. I'll wait for you to open your video camera. Go ahead.
Sir, is it never?
Okay, you may go to the toilet, Daniel. That's fine. Okay, we'll begin our session by praying together according to each one's faith. Please be seated. Let's pray together. Okay, thanks for having me today. Finally, even though I decided to come to the lab, it seems that nobody here. You chose to be at your home, but that's fine. That's fine. It's fair. So today we'll have I believe this is not hybrid anymore. This is a full online session of human-computer interaction class, interaksi manusia komputer, in the section or meeting number 6. We are now in the meeting number 6. I would like to recall what we have achieved so far in our learning plan. So allow me to invite you to check our My Test Classroom again. So go ahead to check your My Test Classroom. Log in with your single sign-on account as necessary. Every meeting that we have carried out has its recording. So feel free to check the recording as necessary. Okay. So it's been 5 times already. So the recording is available accordingly once, usually in the same week, once we have completed the meeting. Okay, go ahead and check that. Now I would like to see our learning plan. So we have learned the foundations of human-computer interaction, especially affordance and signifiers in the previous weeks. And we also invited you to share your ideas, share your potential solutions for some chosen domain, chosen problems that in your surrounding. And we have also received your affordance and signifiers, as well as the feedback reports on your domain of your choice. Okay, so that was up to the meeting number 5. Today we will talk about a direct manipulation and invisible interfaces. Okay, so these 2 items. And technically, I would like to invite you to also kind of contemplating the meaning of these 2 terminologies and try to apply those 2 onto your ideas. Include direct manipulations and invisible interfaces in the context of your domain's problems. I believe every idea may incorporate direct manipulations and invisible interfaces. Maybe for some of your solution that are particularly should be deployed on a mobile platform, some of them may not really include direct manipulation. No, I think it should be there, the direct manipulation, but somehow in many chances, I will see that later, in many chances you kind of being trapped in a paradigm of you instead utilizing buttons instead of direct manipulation. I will explain about that in more examples later, and I would like to visit one by one your problems domain and your potential solutions, and try to discuss with each one of you about the potential direct manipulation that we can apply, and also invisible interfaces that we can identify. And if it's not there, then we should try to manifest that in your solution as best as we can. Before we move into some of the examples and some practical descriptions of these two items, I would like to give you an opportunity. Use Google, use GPT, give me some explanation about these two items. Okay, give me some explanation about these two items and put it down on the Zoom meeting chat. Okay, go ahead. I will give you 2 minutes for that. So again, please give me the definition or some explanation about direct manipulation, one, and two, invisible interface. Google it, GPT it, up to you, and please give me the text on the meeting chat. All right, very good. We have a lot of information I received that. Really appreciate all of your texts in the meeting chat. I would like to invite one by ones from the first poster. Wait. Keep to copy and paste as necessary if you haven't yet put any text on the meeting chat, and especially if you find something interesting and it's different with the ones that is just posted by your classmates. Wira, would you please talk a bit about your findings?
About last week's task or about this, sir?
I think you only post the direct manipulation, right?
Yeah, because I forgot the other one, sir. Sorry
Oh,
about
that's
that.
okay. Explain about direct manipulation first. Just that.
Hmm.
So what did you understand?
So I searched it using GPT. From what
Mhm.
I read, is direct manipulation is with, for example, I touch a screen, I touch the icon, but I
Mhm.
don't actually touch the icon. I just interact with the screen, but inside the screen, I actually interact with the icon, but not physically. So I physically touch the screen, but not physically touch the icon that makes it to another page. Does that make any
Mhm.
sense?
Sure, sure, sure. Okay. So the users in this situation is kind of directly manipulating the icons inside the screen, right? So it's like there is no boundary between him and the items, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good one. Let's combine with what Risky found. Is it the same, or maybe you can explain some features that is not yet covered by Vira? Risky.
So I think for the direct is basically the same, and the example is the same because I use the same GPT. But for the indirect in the abbreviation expression, based on my understanding, I think since direct manipulation is how we interact with the UI directly, such as like tapping a button or maybe drag and drop some file to the screen. In indirect manipulation, we interact with the object indirectly. Meaning that, let's say example like you want to input a text to the screen, we use like a text field where actually we don't really put the text directly to the screen. We use the intermediary elements like the text field, and then we can also selecting menus from the drop down list. So I think that's one of the examples for the indirect manipulation.
Okay. So additionally, you also provide the definition for indirect manipulation. So this is to equip a counterpart perspectives for the for such manipulation, for the direct manipulation. Okay, thank you very much. Yusuf, your
Yes.
coverage is more like the historical uh, text of or historical information of direct manipulation. Maybe you can tell us more about this.
Okay, so from what I understand, it's not really a history, uh, it's only for direct manipulation that was invented by Ken Snyder in 1990.
Hmm.
Basically, direct manipulation is just a user interface design concept that allow the user to interact with the digital object as if they were present, physically present in the thing that the user interact with. And there are several key characteristics of the direct
Mhm.
manipulation. Which the first one is the visibility of the object of interest, which the user can manipulate the object, um, and also it also help them understand the action that they do with the with the user interface. And then second one is incremental action and rapid feedback, where the second the user interact with the interface, there is immediate change, feedback from the action that the user is doing. And then the third one is reversible action, where the action that the user are doing is can be undone, which reduce the fear of mistake and also encourage exploration. And the fourth one is a physical action or labeled button process instead of complex syntax. Basically, it's just simple. Usually, when what the user interact with object is that it's a simple gesture, like a drag and drop or clicking rather than a complex command or a syntax. The example is the touchscreen, drag and drop management in GUI, and also interactive system control. And then moving to the invincible interface, which is known as the zero UI or neutral user interface, where it aims to, instead of uh, visibility, aim to the visibility of the object of interest, it's removing the traditional graphic UI interface, making the iteration as humanly as natural as possible. Where the goal is to make the technology become invisible to the user, allowing them to perform the task without consciously consciously perform the task without the need to be conscious, conscious that the user is interacting with the task. And then the key characteristic is that it uses natural interaction like voice command, gestures, context awareness, and then other natural user input without the use of other technology like mouse or keyboard. And then it needs to have SMS, the direct manipulation. It needs to have use and it needs to have anticipation of user needs, where it can respond to the object can respond to the user interaction without the need of explicit command. And then the third one is seamless integration to the user environment, where the technology blends into the user physical environment, making it present is unnoticeable. Another example is Amazon Echo and Google Home, which respond to voice command, and smart home devices that adjust to preference automatically. Okay, so the summary is that both direct manipulation and visible interfaces aim to make interaction with computer more intuitive and efficient. However, their approaches differ significantly in how they achieve this goal. With direct manipulation is by making the interaction with digital objects feel tangible and direct, where invisible interfaces removing the traditional interaction barriers altogether. Okay, that's
Okay,
basically I just get the
cool. It's a very comprehensive. It's like everything that we need to learn about these two terminologies are here already. Okay, maybe I will give you an opportunity for other teammates. I'm sorry, for other classmates. Do you have any particular questions with this concepts? With all the things that just mentioned by Wira, Rizky, and Yusuf. Go ahead if you have any questions or concerns.
Does invisible mean that it's not visual?
Well, very good questions. It's not whether it's in the form of visual or auditory or in any other stimuli. It depends on the common experience of the users while that task happened. For example, when the context is you are you are uh, for the context of you are kind of ordering food in a real life. You may imagine in a restaurant when you want to order food, what do you usually do commonly?
Call the waiter.
Call the waiter, right? Call the
Mm,
waiter, ask the waiter to come, and then you express the menu that you want to order, right?
mm,
You just say that without any necessity, for example, to open the menu book or to read some menu on the list. You just maybe you still remember, or maybe there's some kind of you are feeling lazy to even mention any specific menu's name. Usually just call waiter and then what is the best dishes in here,
mm, mm,
and then this conversation happens, right? So it should be like that. That's if you can do the things with your digital product with the same experience, just like when the customer calling the waiters and then got kind of those kind of verbal conversations, then if you can achieve that, then the interface is invisible, Mikhail.
So it's like
What is
talking to
then?
another person.
Yes, which means that one of the way to achieve that is providing voice input. Okay, voice input. Okay, because that's the way we talk with the waiter. So the system should be able to also hearing our direct verbal commands. So it is through the voice input. It will be visible. It will be visible if the interface will be visible if, like, for example, there should be some like pressing the buttons on the mobile apps menu on the GoFood, like, and then you need to use keyboards for typing what food that you want to eat. Even, for example, you want to get some best recommendation in that particular restaurant, you still need to click right on some buttons, particular buttons, and that menu maybe in the kind of on that box inside the box that's written recommended menu, for example, today, etc., something like that. So it's a series of clicking, and we call that a visible user interface. Despite that the interface is visible or not, we still need to kind of having a series of activities or actions to achieve the same. Basically, the goal is so that the restaurant understand what you want and deliver the food, right? So that's the goal. All right. Now suppose that your application is not visual. Is that still considered as a visible interface? For example, maybe you know about the or let's assume that the Gojek or GoFood, GrabFood application provides a voice input for you so that you can register what you want to order. But in that case, you still need to kind of waiting for the question in a text. And usually a waiter will just say what you want, what they want to offer, instead of providing the text as the visual feedback to us. But somehow, let's say that we want to proceed this verbal input as a voice commands in the app, you still need to read the text. So in that case, the interface still visible. If you want to make it like totally invisible, then the behavior of your application should be just the same as the waiter. Can you understand? So mimicking the actual or common situation based on the user's previous experience. So that's invisible interface. So it depends on the context. It depends on the context, and we can analyze later. I would like to have a conversation with you. So each problems domain, each solution that you offer may need a special and particular treatment. So I believe that there will be a different direct manipulation approach, a different invisible interface that we can apply to your solution. Okay. Now, very good. In here, actually, I may offer you, let's make it a bit asynchronous, okay? So I will give you an opportunity. We have and this is a good, I believe that this is a good, also good way for you to later dig into the things by yourself. So even though we do not have any particular meetings, in some of topics that I found is quite interesting, I strongly suggest you to completely learn about everything that I've mentioned during the class in this MOOC. So I'll give you a link. And I'll share you my screen first. And the link is actually here already. So if you open our learning plan, there's a suggested or recommended MOOC in human-computer interaction by David Joyner. Click on there. Okay, click on this. Okay, click on this. Oh, wait. I will need to copy and paste this. You will be required to sign up for the course, and that's fine. It's a free service, and the course is also free. Wait, why it doesn't give me? Oh, because I need to enable the editing. Okay. I already create my own account. No. Sign in. So create an account first in Udacity. And then in this course, you will find, it just happened that I opened this subtopic. But I believe that it will be better later if you can just wipe or watch all of this topics from the beginning to the end if you have a time. And the way he taught the human computer interaction is very easy to understand, and some of what he mentioned in the video is things that we have also, part of them we have also covered already. And for the next meeting, some of the items in here will be also further discussed. Okay.
Sir, when I click the link, it doesn't show the apa the AGI. The lesson is still like you need to enroll in your next program. So
Oh,
I
really?
think, mm,
Okay, so suppose that you have your account ready. Okay, so suppose that you have your account ready, then please try to find human computer interaction. This is one of other way to achieve. Can you see this the same result as me? Raise your hand if you
oh yes,
find the same thing.
mm,
Raise
fine,
your hand
fine.
if you find the same thing as me. Great. Yusuf, great. Virak, did you get it? Okay, good. Okay. Because you raise, I thought that you kind of have a problem with your camera. So it seems that you are raising your physical hands. Okay. How is about others? Mikhail? Great. Rizky, Fauzan? Great. So so it should be no problem for you. Now click on this because today we are going to talk about direct manipulation. So let's focus on this. That's okay. We jump into this topic directly. I will give you, let's do some synchronous learning. I'll give you a time to read this with your own pace in 30 minutes, okay? And after that, we will come back again so that I can give some interactive session to check one by one and try to connect these two items, direct manipulation and invisible interface, with your ideas, okay? We will go back again at 4:30. So it's going to be asynchronous. Go ahead. If you have any problem, I will be I'm standby in this meeting.
Sir, mine is called Introduction to Direct Manipulation and Invisible Interface, but while yours is
Oh, yeah.
exercise.
That's okay. That's okay. It's going to be this one. Yes. Sorry about that. So, yeah, it just happened. It turned out that it just happened that I click on the particular subsection of this. Okay. Happy learning. Happy watching. I will pause the recording. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's earthquake.
Wait. Is it shaking, sir? I feel like an
Yes,
earthquake.
it's earthquake. I'm feeling the same in here.
Yeah, I'm in the third floor. I'm gonna go now, sir.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go now.
Okay, let's escape. Let's escape for a while. Just leave
Okay.
your
It doesn't feel in Sidoarjo.
It's not that as strong as the previous earthquake. It's now stopped already.
Okay.
Whoa.
It's still going? Oh my god.
No. No, it's not. Did you feel I'm sorry. Did you hear the news of very strong earthquake in Taiwan this morning? Did you hear that news?
Yeah, 7.8.
Yeah, 7.8? Wow, I thought it's 7.4. So it's even stronger. It's 7.8 and there's a potential tsunami in Okinawa in Japan. Whoa, there's a lot of earthquake recently.
The end of time.
The end of times. Indeed. Okay, let's continue to watch. We will see you again at 4:30. I will be standby here. Don't worry about it. All right, let's discuss again. So hopefully that the duration is sufficient for you to complete the whole section. Okay. Rizky, Yusuf, Daniel, Fauzan, Mikhail, are you there? Okay. All right. Thanks. Do you have any extra comments maybe after watching the video? Or even something that you want to clarify, you want to ask, so I can maybe give some proper response to your thinking, to any of your questions maybe. So in your opinion, is direct manipulations and invisible user interface or invisible interface are different thing or the same thing?
The invisible interface is achieved when the direct manipulation is at its best because it then interact naturally with the user.
Okay, so can I say, based on your recent explanation, that invisible user interface is basically the next level of direct manipulation? Is that?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Okay, very good. So yeah, frankly said, we can understand in that manner. So to achieve invisible interface, usually we should have a direct manipulation first in the context, usually. All right, and the practice or manifestation of direct manipulation was there in our world, in our daily life, since the, we can say that, especially in the term of a computing environment in a digital product, since the the discovery or the creation of pointing device, I may say. So that pointing device is like a stepping stone, changing from what so-called giving an action to the system through textual means. You know what I mean, right? So that command line interface, so it was in the video also, shifting from that to direct pointing. And the presenter in the video that we've just watched mentioned about the importance or the role of metaphor. So have you heard about that in the video? The metaphor. So the pointing device was there together with a metaphor of I think there were three things that, like, building this together, this direct manipulation paradigm. The first technology is that the pointing device through the mice, through the touch screen. This is more advanced version of direct manipulation, more direct in that sense. So touch screen, of course, is better than pointing device, but pointing device may still be considered as a direct manipulation in this case. So we have a pointing device, and the second one is a metaphor. We should have a good metaphor, and then on top of graphical user interface. So these three things. Okay, this is three components to build direct manipulations. Another type of pointing device other than mice that's also exemplified in the video is touchpad, right? The presenter showed us about the use of Mac touchpad, and unfortunately for some people maybe still need to think about how to operate the touchpad, and for us maybe it's easy because we are kind of, maybe we may say it's a tech savvy, so we understand how to use computers as our daily devices. But for older generations, our parents, it is still hard. It is hard to let them learn about, especially my mother, for example, to let them know how to operate the mouse. They need to spend some time to get familiar with the mouse. But it's easier, but still need to have some time to learn how to use touchpad. But it's like no effort in learning how to utilize touchscreen, right? So it's getting easier and easy. So once we, in the video, there's another terminology is mentioned called gulf of execution and gulf of evaluation. Okay, those two things. I'm so sorry that I haven't yet covered that part, and it seems that's very critical before I thought that we can just directly learn about direct manipulation, but it turned out that it would be better if we can understand those two things, the gulf of execution as a gulf of evaluation. So after this session, I'm sorry, I strongly suggest you to also watch the previous section 2.2. Okay, it's called feedback cycle. It's supposed to be last week, but last week we spent our time to hear our classmates explain about their affordances and signifiers they found in their problem domains, right? So we are kind of skip this part. I forgot that I haven't yet mentioned about. I thought that last week we have learned already the feedback cycle. Yes, we learned about something about feedback, but it's a different thing. Feedback cycle and feedback is different. Feedback, just feedback, it can be visual feedback, it can be auditory feedback. I give you some examples last week from based on your own problem domains, that something like for example, when you turn an alarm, right, for sahur, and the alarm is at 3 a.m. for example, to indicate that your alarm is on, the system will give you some feedback, and the feedback can be visual, can be auditory, can be haptic. So it's a vibration, so that help you to let you know that the system would like to tell you about your action, asking him to wake you up, and so the system give you those feedback as necessary. And this feedback is different with the affordance and signifiers, because I told you that feedback is in the matter of evaluation. So when we as an agent need to evaluate the current state of the system and what is compared to what is our goal that we want to achieve, feedback does matter. But when we talk about affordance and signifier, it's just a matter of in the gulf of execution. So affordance and signifiers will help us to improve the quality of our execution, to make sure that this section, this part of cycle, this half of cycle, can be done effectively, efficiently. So this by the help of affordance and signifiers. And here, when we talk about direct manipulation, basically we also try to make this gulf as short as possible. So as short as possible, as fast as possible, so we can give some action in no time, and understanding or interpreting or evaluating the response from the system also in no time. When we can make it done, where we can this manifested, this we can say that we just have this what's so-called invisible interface. Okay, hopefully that you can get the idea. Now let's try to visit our examples, okay, and let's discuss, and I can also help you in this matter to try to think about any possible solution. So if it's not yet include direct manipulation or invisible interface, let's make it the solution, your solution to embody, to incorporate these two things. Can we have first volunteer? Please share your screen, show what you have. Last week I asked you to create a doodle, right? Hopefully that some of you may have created that, so that we can have a better understanding about the solutions. Today I already have Yusuf, Wira, Rizky, and Mikhail give their insight, their perspectives. Now Danindra and Fauzan still remains to give some things to share. Would you mind, Dani and Fauzan? Maybe we can start with Dani first. How should I call you? I always forget. Danin or Ahmad or
The Danny.
Danin? Okay, Danin, go ahead. Maybe you can share your screen, Danin, and remind us again about what you're thinking. Any solution for some problems in your surrounding. Go ahead.
Uh, I'm sorry, sir. What, uh, what should I presenting?
Uh, if you haven't yet drawn your doodle.
Uh, I'm sorry because I didn't understand.
Oh, okay. Have you submitted or replied to the forum discussion to make a thread about the solutions? You should do that actually, because otherwise we won't have any ideas about what you want to achieve in the kind of your final project of this course. You can share that forum discussion in the Midas classroom and tell us your things.
I'm sorry, sir. I haven't.
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
should do that.
yes.
So just please proceed, because that's necessary. Otherwise, you won't be able to graduate graduate from this course.
Yeah. Okay,
Come on.
sir.
Okay. So I will wait. Looking forward to you to provide that in the forum discussions. Let's shift to Fauzan then. Fauzan, maybe we can use your example.
Actually, I haven't really made any doodles.
Maybe you
So,
can explain again. You can just display the textual information about your idea. Or
so just what is it, repeating my ideas from before.
pardon?
Just repeating my ideas from before, or
Yes, sure. You've written those ideas in
forum.
your
Yes,
thread in the
yes.
forum in the Midas classroom, right? You can display that.
Mm. So I think I should. Okay, so my idea was basically to use like barcodes on food packaging and scan them to get the ingredients, and I added another, what is it, feature, so that user can it can be more personalized for users to track their, what is it, health and dietaries.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I haven't met any advances other from that.
Okay. Well, okay. I believe that uh, you also one of these users, right? So you also
Mhm.
kind of the one that really wants to have your every single food that you want to eat uh, is proven. I mean, the you just kind of a person that uh, that demands every food that you want to eat is well informed, especially in terms of nutrition, and also uh, the nutrition and the kind of the medical impact. Is that what we say that about that a large specific? It's like the okay medical record. Sorry, yeah, it's the medical record. So I need you to imagine, even though that yes, you are one of these users, but you still, since this solution will be used by other users other than you, right? Users other than you, then the medical records will be different from one to another. Okay, you have your own medical records. You have like a specific characteristic in terms of allergies. You have allergies in peanut, some other do not have, and some other maybe do not want to eat. Or speaking about the specific diet, maybe some of other users are vegetarian, so they should avoid any animal ingredients that come from animal, and some even strict extreme vegetarian, they do not want to eat any garlic in the ingredients, etc. So we need to make sure that if we want to make the let's say at first speaking about the invisible interface. So suppose that we want to build invisible interface for this task. You need to at first clearly state what is the user's goal. What do you want as a user? Okay, for from this context. Can you help me to list the items out? So what things that you actually you want to expect? One.
I think like my idea revolves around the scanning barcode idea, and
No, scanning barcode is not your goal. I don't think it is.
e
It is.
yes, okay.
Sir, excuse me.
Well,
Yes,
I
Yusuf.
can you turn off? It's like looping, echoing.
Oh, sorry. Wait. And I think it should be.
but now we cannot hear you, sir.
How is it about now?
Test, test, test.
Uh,
Okay,
Check.
I
Is
think
it okay?
I
yes, I
think it's
think
okay, sir.
Oh, one, two. Oh, sorry, this one. How is it about now? Sorry. What? How is it about now?
check,
Uh,
test, test. I think it's okay.
Ah, sorry about that. Okay. So there's a setting in Zoom. I forgot to turn it off. Okay.
okay, so
So again, you mentioned that you need to scan a barcode, right?
it is
For
to
yes.
get so I think the goal is to get more information on the food.
Yes, about what?
Mm.
What
Uh, about the nutritional value of the food itself.
got the nutritional information from the product? That is your goal. That's great. So that is your goal. And the current approach that you provide is maybe please allow me to stop your screen share.
Okay, sir.
Now let's write on a whiteboard. Maybe I will join from my iPad. Give me minutes. I need all of you to also do this practice later for your own case. So so I demand you to I will write it down officially in the My Test Classroom letter. So you have several assignments to do, okay? Several homeworks to do. The first one is drawing your doodle, okay? Make everything's clear, okay? And then drawing the doodle about the situation of how the interaction will be in the context of your ideas. And then the next thing that we are about to practice now is stating the feedback cycle, and then after that we will later can improve the cycle to make it like getting closer to the direct manipulation and even closer to the invisible interface. Okay, so in this case we need to understand we have a on the left side living things is gonna be blue. So we have this sorry to where's the undo? So we have a U. Oh, why it's not really that? Is it this one? Oh yeah, sorry. So we have user in the left side. Can you see my drawings? Wait, laser. You need to click on my account that is presenting. Click on that viewfinder icon, okay, on the right, top right. Hopefully you can find that. So we have a user on the left side, and then on the right side we have the task. So again, we have the task, something that we need to achieve. Okay. And you may have a multiple task in your problem domains. Okay. For example, for 1000 case, users have a task or the goals is to get information about nutritional about nutritions in the food that he or she want to eat. That's the first task. So that's one of the user goal. So you can list it out in here. So read or get information. Maybe not just read, is also part of just get informed. This is the goal, get informed with nutritional fact of the food. What else? Fauzan, what do you think? It's just this one? I don't think so.
Maybe get is it the same if I say get informed with the ingredients of the food instead of this nutritional fact?
Yes, yes. There's another different thing. So you can just, if you can consider this as a separate information, then yes, get informed with the ingredients. What else? Another thing that I think I caught it from your presentation is your idea is match
The preference of the user.
no, your
Oh.
dietary,
Match it. Oh yes, match it later.
right? This is the goal, right? Whether the food is suitable for you.
Yes, sir.
And then for also get informed, like get warned, according to the personal medical records. Maybe some allergic or some items that you need to avoid. Maybe you got sick, etc. Right? So you have this task, and here actually in the middle, you have in the middle you have what do you use primarily in your solutions? Smartphones?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Smartphones. Okay. So we have that smartphones in here. So let's see, we have the smartphones in the center, and all the things that embedded in the smartphones, the interface, the touchscreen, etc. If the smartphone use stylus and the camera, etc. So it's in here. Okay. Later, if you want to make invisible interface, you should kind of, I believe you will need to remove the smartphone because if the context is like a invisible interface, the user should not be conscious that he is or she is currently using any device while completing the task. Okay. So that's the mentality. But somehow, or as you might also watch in the video, we can also some researchers argue that invisible interface can be achieved by learning. Okay, by learning. For example, if you drive a car, steering wheel is your invisible interface because you are kind of get familiar on how to operate it already. Blah blah blah. But in our context, still we try our best to achieve the invisible interface by design, not by learning. Okay, by design. Okay, so we assume that despite the quality or the competence of the users, every user may achieve the goal, may complete the task without realizing that they are using any interface. So in this manner, later you will need to use your imagination to utilize those AI powered device that is like embedded in the glasses or IoT or any wearables. You should try to find any ways about this. For example, last in the beginning of this semester, the beginning of this course, I mentioned about the possibility of having optical lens, for example, optical lens to provide you the same visual, just like when we see something on the screen. So this optical lens provide the full augmented reality features that may assist the users about any information in their surroundings. Okay, you can imagine that. You can use that. Okay, and that's fine. In this course, we try to explore our imaginations, or maybe you can also assume that if it's optical lens is kind of too imaginative, then you can assume that the users will use glasses, for example, and on that glasses that is already equipped with the camera, etc., to support that AR, augmented reality. Okay, so try to avoid. I believe you need to avoid the use of smartphone if you want to achieve invisible interface. Okay, but for direct manipulation, it's good to go. You can use later to give some scenario of the use of direct manipulation through the uh, uh, mobile computing device like a smartphone. All right, by the way, so in here we have
Sir, may
yes,
I ask something?
sure.
Okay, so I'm having trouble, like, using this, the invisible interface thing, integrating it to my specific,
Mhm.
specific, project, my specific domain, but because I'm still, don't know what kind of stuff that is possible or isn't possible within the space. Like you
Mm.
mentioned that we can use regenerating plants uh, to get these invisible interface, but then it becomes too easy because lens it's kind of like, it's just we see through things that there is in the space. So how do we like different, like which one can be implemented in the reality, and then the one that, and it is can be used in our project, and then the one that that is not.
Okay, I
So
understood your concern. That's okay. So please do not hesitate to make mistakes for your for these activities. Okay, for this homework. Uh, I will eager to give you a lot of uh, uh, responses, but still, I will need you to think about any possibility, and you may neglect any technical difficulties. So suppose that
mm,
you need to use some particular devices and you think like I don't think I can find it in here in
Indonesia especially.
Indonesia especially, then that's fine. Go ahead because in this course I do not require you to provide the concrete solutions. So we'll just play with some imagination as long as you can argue and you can also at least you prove you give me some solid proof about the technology is there already, but unfortunately it's not here in Indonesia, and that's totally fine.
Mm,
And even if the technology is not yet ready in the market, it's kind of in it's just in research, but still possible. It's not like a total magic, like it's like a full magic, then that's fine. But if you do not kind of want to think whether it's magical or whether it's still feasible or not, that's okay. Just put it there at first.
mm,
I'll give you some guidance whether it's plausible, whether it is fine to include that in your solutions. Okay, so don't worry about that, Yusuf. So try your best to give some any ideas to your problem domains. All right, so we have this gulf of evaluation, and on the top we have a gulf of execution. In the gulf of execution, we need to understand user intention. I again strongly suggest you to later check the what is that, the 2.2 sections, so you can get better understanding about this feedback cycle first before finally deciding about the direct manipulation and also the invisible interfaces. So, and then this is the possible actions that we can do. Sorry.
all right, I think it's the like uh, where it's goal, intention, action, specification, execution, and then this diagram, the paper in the paper.
Oh yeah,
Is that the
yeah.
one?
That
Mm,
paper is also, yeah, provides the same thing. You can also read that paper. The ones on the
mm,
2.3, that paper is also talk
mm,
about the same thing. Okay. All right. Now in here you have like a feedback from, I think it's a feedback from the
Perception, I think. I'm
oh
looking.
no, that's a from Norman's. It's a different thing. Oh,
Oh,
then maybe yeah. Yeah, it's a bit different thing, but still related. Okay, and we have an interpretation in here. Yeah, I think still you can also utilize that Norman cycle, Norman cycle, feedback cycle. It's quite a similar to this interpretation, and in here evaluation. So later we need to analyze all of these items in our problem domains. Okay. So for example, for the case of let's talk just about the curve of execution. I'm sorry, I just realized that we surpassed the 5 o'clock already. So for example, in the Fauzan case study, Fauzan said that he needs to scan a barcode or QR code, right, Fauzan, for getting some information.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So it means that that is the action. The possible action is holding your smartphones and then aiming that camera to the QR, the codes, and then you got some visual feedback, right? Some visual feedback on the ingredients or the nutritional facts of that
Yes, sir.
products. Okay, and that's fine, and you can use that as a initial execution scenario, but I believe we can improve this. Okay, for example, instead of having that nutritional fact appear after we scan the QR code, why don't we use, for example, utilizing image recognition? So without any necessary to use the camera to scan the QR code or the barcode on the products package, why don't just shoot the package? Okay, shoot the package. So no need to use it's not required to have the QR code or the barcode in the camera's frame, as long as the package is there. And we can assume, again, this technologically speaking is still feasible to achieve this, but maybe you need to spend some time to implement the technology, right? But that's fine. We can assume that you can do that. You can implement the technology. So assume that this image recognition may assist, may support your case. Then you just remove that barcode from your scenario. Just use image recognition, and then assuming that you have the database of images, etc., in your server through the internet connection, so that when the users scan the product package, even from a distance, so it's not necessary to close up the product package. So from distance, the product information, I'm sorry, the nutritional facts just appear instantly. So you need to write that in story. So to make this not direct manipulation, invisible interface more invisible, so we need to eliminate the use of a QR code and then use this image recognition as an alternative. That's for example. And I can actually even make it more advanced, more invisible by, for example, it's not necessary for the camera to aim to the device, I'm sorry, to the product package, but assuming we are in the scenario of visiting mart, okay, supermarket or store, etc., convenience store, and then in that every rack of those products, the owner, the shop owner, the store owners already equip the racks for every section of the product with the beacon. So BEACON. So that beacon can be tracked by our smartphone device, okay, by our smartphone device or any other devices that is necessary, maybe using our wearables, etc. And by knowing that this device is this beacon is representing this particular product, when we reach when we get closer to the beacon, and we can see that there's some information appear instantaneously without any necessity again for us aiming the camera. So this is again to reduce any series of action necessary to achieve the same goal. Again, Fauzan, imagine this. We are achieving the same goal, but there are different actions that we can perform. And these different actions owns a different levels of, in quote, a visibility. Can you understand about this concept?
Yes, sir. I think I could imagine it.
Okay, so again, later, I would like you, every single one of you, to, let me leave this meeting. Okay, every single one of you to state that in a clearly in a sentence, and if it's possible, make it also some visual doodle, your current state of thinking, how this solution should perform. Okay, what device you are kind of thinking now to incorporate, etc. And then try to your best to provide a better version in terms of providing better direct manipulation with the same for the same task. And then the next things also provide us a better version of the solutions, assuming that we can have a more invisible interface in the context. Can you understand? And it's going to be different from one to another. Your case study will result in a different descriptions of how the solutions will be presented. And I would like to have you next 2 weeks to explain that. Okay, so I will create the official assignment about this in my test classroom, and I will try to give you a detailed explanation about what you need to achieve, what you need to submit with respect to this assignment, this today's assignment with respect to direct manipulation and invisible interface. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. I just got a message from Franklin. He is sick.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I got the message as well. Yeah,
did you get his doctor note as well?
I received the doctor notes from him through the email, so it's fine. I already marked him as sick in the my test presidency. Thanks
Okay.
for clarifying this again. Okay, so if do remember again that we will meet again 2 weeks later. Okay, next week is holiday because we are in a Eid break. Okay, 2 weeks later, and we will do it hybrid again. I will be here if you want to come and have more intense conversation with me about your solution. I strongly suggest you to come to the laboratory. But if it's impossible for you because maybe you got some another agenda, it's hard to make it fast, like a quick come back to campus, then that's fine. I can also open the Zoom meeting for you so that you can join the session. Right, thank you very much, guys, for having me today in this conversation. We will see you again next week, inshallah. Good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, Mr.
Thank you, sir.
Asif.
Thank you, sir.